This is the Pokemon team I think a meteorologist or a weather person would have. We're doing a team of 6, 3 honourable mentions, a legendary that you could have, only Gen 1 through 4 because that's all I know, but do educate me if you think there are any that could fit in. We're starting off strong with the weather Pokemon itself. It's Cast Form. Cast Form absolutely has to be in this team. It can turn into snow, it can turn into hail, it can turn into sun, it can turn into rain, lightning. It can basically control the weather, so Cast Form is in. Next up is Togekiss. Togekiss is our final evolved form of Togepi. It's got the Metronome, so I feel like it could basically do anything that if you wanted to control the weather, you'd be able to do this, but also this can fly, and I imagine it could fly at pretty great speeds and go into the clouds and actually basically change the weather if you wanted it to. Next up, to represent the night, we've got a Noctowl. I think it's nice to have something that represents the night as well as the daytime. I think this can do stuff like Moonlight, maybe those kinds of moves, but Noctowl is not particularly strong, but it's kind of cool. Next up, to represent the lightning of the family, we've got Jolteon. So Jolteon would be the one that you want to use if you want to create thunder. It's nice to have more evolutions in these teams anyway. And now come the power plays. We've got a Dragonite in there. We've got to have a Dragonite if we're going to be controlling the skies. Absolutely. I have a feeling Dragonite could control any form of weather it wanted to. I think it can do fire moves, it can do lightning, it can do ice, it can do a whole range of things, so Dragonite's making the team. Now, wrapping up this team with what I think is the most powerful, you would have another Dragon Flying type. It's Altaria, but it's basically just the cloud Pokemon. Look at it, it's just a head sticking out of clouds. So I think this one would be at the top of your team. It kind of reminds me of Falcor from the Never-Ending Story, so that's kind of also why I wanted to put this in. Now for the honourable mention, something more to represent the sun, we've got a Sunflora. So this is more representing, of course, like a sunflower. It's not particularly powerful, but I feel like it would be good for like a spring or a summer day to show that the sun is going to be coming out that day, so good for a meteorologist. Another honourable mention goes to Dodrio. I know Dodrio can do stuff like Tri-Attack, and it can do a bit of fire, it can do a bit of ice, it can do a bit of thunder, so I think Dodrio would have made the mix, maybe, but just not quite. And our final honourable mention goes to another one of the evolution family. It's a Vaporeon. Jolteon made the cut for me just purely because of the thunder and lightning, but if you wanted to get your Vaporeon in there as well for the rain, I think that would be a really good call. They was very, very close. But the legendary I think you would have in this team, if you could have one, is none other than the Legend of the Skies itself. It's Rayquaza. Some people thought that maybe Holo would have been good for this one, but considering this one comes down to settle the conflict for Ruby and Sapphire, for Groudon and Kyogre, I think Rayquaza is probably the best one that a meteorologist or weather person would have. So there we go, let me know what you think. That's the team I think you would have as a meteorologist or a weather person in the Pokemon world. There's only a couple more of these left now, so go check the other ones and stay tuned for the rest.